Hello loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, the place where we talk about this world in a spiritual manner and about the insights that I get from Source on how we can expand into our greatest potential from my own life experiences. My name is Maier, and my purpose in this beautiful world is expanding consciousness. So this is the second part of my ayahuasca experience. If you've seen the first part, you saw me a bit confused, and I tried to find my words. It was hard for me to talk about it, but I feel like in this video I'm gonna perform better because the things start to clear out even in my ceremony. So let's just dive right in. So the second ceremony starts. I drink the ayahuasca, I put myself on my mat, and everything's as usual already. The shaman just does his things, and I can't do anything as long as the shaman is there. Like, he sings his Icaros, he takes me to places, ayahuasca works whatever she wants to work with me, and I have like no control or capability to talk with Aya and ask her questions yet. So 5 or 6 hours pass by, the shaman closes the ceremony, and when he leaves, finally again, it's quiet. Everything clears out, and I just feel like now it's my time to actually talk and ask Aya questions. So I wanted to continue the question of what is my purpose in this world. I started this question in my first ceremony. I wanted to continue, like to get answers on this, and I had a beautiful ceremony here with Aya. She told me that my purpose is expanding consciousness. If you've watched my vlogs, you already know, like from my beginnings, I always say my name is Maier and my purpose in this beautiful world is expanding consciousness. Well, I say that because Aya told me that exactly in this ceremony. So she told me that, and how my visions would work is that I was asking the question, and Aya was showing me images and people that I've never seen before. So I would be seeing actions, and whenever I would recognize, okay, what is happening in this vision, Aya would change my visions into all of my old memories where that action from the previous vision would happen in my life. So with this expanding consciousness, like, she started showing me a random image with someone like expanding someone's head and limiting beliefs. And when I realized, like, oh, this person is expanding consciousness, she started showing me all of my memories and all of my I don't know, experiences where I would do things that would expand people's consciousness. So even from a young age I started doing this, even before starting a YouTube channel or my TikTok account on spiritual stuff. I was doing this expanding of consciousness thing. For example, I was on a math informatic profile in my high school, but I was interested in music, so on the side I was doing music, and I wanted to go to the music university, so I did that. So I was expanding consciousness, like, look, yes, I'm on math informatics profile, but I'm gonna do music also. My family, like, it's a business family. My parents have a hotel, but like, I was the artist one. I don't want to do this business, I want to be an artist, I want to go to the music university. So I started expanding consciousness and working through limiting beliefs of what I should do and what you should do from a young age. And of course, when I started this spiritual journey online, things started to clear out even better, like, in the expanding consciousness field. But I never put a word on this, like, what am I doing exactly? What is my purpose here? I just did what it felt right for me. And in this ceremony, Aya just showed me, like, yeah, your role is expanding consciousness, so that's why you did that and that and that and that and that, and she just showed me, I don't know, my path that led me up to this moment. Then I started asking more questions about my family's purpose. So I just took each member of my family and asked about their purpose. And she just showed me again, like, random pictures with actions. And whenever I was like, okay, this is what happens here, she would show me all of the memories with the people I love with my family, like correlating the images and showing me, like, look, this is their purpose, this is what happened here, and making me understand. And also I would ask questions like, okay, this is my purpose, this is their purpose. What stands between us and doing our purpose, and what can help us do it even better, if that makes sense. Then I wanted to clear out a thing that was quite important for me and I had a lot of questions about, and that is that I'm an Orthodox. I'm a Christian and Orthodox. And like for some years now, I'm really interested in Buddhism and spirituality. And you know, I was always like wondering, is it okay what I'm doing? Because I feel like drawn to this side. I feel like exploring things, but this is not in my usual, you know, church and what my family believes in. So am I doing the right thing? So I asked to connect with the spirit of Jesus Christ and talk a bit with him. And I just remember the energy of Jesus just like surrounding me, and I just felt like so much love. I can't tell you what love that was. And I just could see Jesus, and he looked into my eyes with, again, so much love. I started asking him, like, look, I'm on this spiritual journey. I'm interested in Buddhism. Is this okay with you? Am I doing the right thing? And I just remember Jesus like laughing a bit, like in a loving way, like it was like, oh, my child, type of way. And he also, like, we also called Buddha to come there, and they just showed me their connection. And I could understand in that moment that like they felt like brothers to each other. So they showed me their connection, and they told me, look, Laura, we are like on different fields. Depending on which one is your focus, you can ask for the help of one or another. We are not competitors. We don't feel like one is taking people from the other one. No, we are all here for you to experience the world like with our help in some certain ways. So how this would work in my own life is that they showed me Jesus is the family, Jesus is the security, the love, because you know I come from a Christian Orthodox family, and Buddha for me would be the seeking of knowledge. Here I still don't know things, I want to learn here. And they show me like, look, these are different fields. We are both here for you. We love you so much. Do your thing. We are here. So I saw these things, and it cleared out, like, I don't know, my consciousness in a way, because, you know, if you come from a specific religion, people sometimes tend to be quite like defensive towards the other religions, or they just want to be in their own religion and not accept what's coming from the other side, let's say. And I wanted to know, like, how does this apply to me? And it was beautiful to just clarify that and just know that I'm doing the right thing, and Jesus, Buddha, they're friends. It's okay, everything's, and we also have God, so everything is good. So this is from the second ceremony. One thing I remember more is that at one point I just opened my eyes and looked around. I was in the middle of jungle, in a maloka, in the middle of the jungle, and I just looked around, and even though it was pitch dark outside, pitch black outside, I could see blue lights. The jungle was full of life suddenly. Even though it was pitch black, I would see, like, I don't know, blue beings, energies, and I just stared into the jungle. It was so beautiful. That's one thing I remember, and I just like stayed there a bit and just connected with the jungle and looked around, and I had this, like, you know, moment of gratefulness for being here and all the spirits from the jungle supporting my journey. My third ayahuasca experience was the hardest experience I've ever had in my life. The ceremony started, I drank ayahuasca, stayed on the mat, the shaman started singing. Again, he was singing some low vibrations, Icaros, and my visions were just like, you know, some dark stuff going on. So I cleared that, and at some point he was singing, you know, further some dark Icaros, and I just stopped feeling connected with those dark images. So I felt like, okay, he's still working on these lowered parts of ourselves, but I don't feel connected with them anymore, so it means these are not mine. So I just, like, I was sitting there like, okay, I'm just waiting for this part of the ceremony because it's not, it does not apply to me. Everything well here, until at some point, like through this dark Icaros, someone in the maloka started hitting the ground with his fist, like this. And he started even harder and harder and harder and louder. So he started hitting the ground, he started making noise, and the shaman and his helper like decided like, let's stop this guy from what he's doing. So the helpers of the shaman went there to stop him, and now everything goes downhill from here. The moment the helpers touched the guy to stop him, he became more aggressive and he started hitting everything with his hands, with his feet, with his head, like he was hitting his head on the floor. It was so aggressive and loud that they, like 5 people needed to like just sit on him and immobilize him. So when I saw this, it was like, it was dark, it was, I don't know, I can't remember it perfectly, but I just looked scared at everything that's going on there. You know, I'm on my Aya trip and I see this thing and I was like, what is happening here? Like our intention in this third ceremony was expanding in a way that we've never done before, like travel in the universe, like the farthest we could get. So the intention was really big. And I just saw this man like hitting like his head, his feet, people like sitting on him trying to calm him down, like he was not answering, like he was not in his body, he was not in the body. So I went in a bad trip, and do you want to know what happened next? Suddenly another guy that was sitting on a chair, he just started saying randomly, oh my God, oh my God. And he started saying repeatedly, oh my God, like in a really high tone, like he started screaming at some point and like continuously, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, for like an hour. So just imagine being on Aya and having this guy screaming, oh my God, like full on, and the other guy hitting with everything that he could the ground. I was like, where am I? Am I in the jungle? I know I'm in the jungle, but what jungle is this? What is happening here? Like in all this trip, the shaman was really calm. I just want to say that. The shaman was like, oh, he might have just met God. Helpers, please help me calm this man down. So this was a big guy, the oh my God guy, he was a big guy. And the shaman recommended the helpers to just like put some water on his face and help him like wake up a bit. So he started pouring water on his face, like no reactions, like nothing changed. He continued to, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the shaman said, put some water on his head, like the full bucket. So they started pouring like a full bucket on his head, and again nothing changed. He continued to, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So he was not in his body too. And then they decided to like just take this man and put him down on lay down on the ground. So it was quite a scene, like 5 people were on this dude, like trying to stop him from hitting everything around. Then 5 other dudes were trying to get this big man up from the chair and put him down, like to lay ground. It was a scene from a horror movie in in that moment for me. So they laid him down and he still continued to, oh my God, oh my God. He had no awareness of what was happening there. And like this went on for like still an hour, both of them. And everything went downhill from here for me. I got so scared. I was like, I need to protect myself. If this happened to them, what is going to happen with me? I have no experience with ayahuasca. I'm new to this. I got so scared. I was like, I need to protect myself. I need to be aware of all time. So this led me to having the worst and the hardest ayahuasca experience ever. I just remember Aya trying to take me in a visions, Aya trying to like take me out from my body to experience like our intention to expand the furthest we've ever been. And she was just taking me, and suddenly my mind was just coming back like, oh no, this is fake, Laura, come back. And I was just, okay, I got back. Then again, Aya was taking me. And then my mind started popping in again, like, no, Laura, wake up, this is fake. Then again, I was taking me in another vision. Then my mind again, no, Laura, this is fake, wake up. So I started this loop of Aya trying to take me and work with me, and my mind being so scared, like my mind felt like it needs to protect me, that my mind would just pop in like, no, Laura, wake up, this is fake, we need to protect you. So it started this loop, like this never-ending loop that went for hours. I think we were like 4 hours into the ceremony already. The ceremony would end soon, the shaman would leave soon, and this loop was still like it would continue, and I could not just make it stop because I was scared. I wanted to be aware. And I remember at one point I just was like, I need to ask for help. And I remember I placed myself like this on the mat, and I wanted to talk with the shaman. The shaman was there somewhere, and I was trying to say help, help, help. But whenever I was trying to say the word help, it was just like I could not talk. I could not ask for help. I was like, let's see, can I still talk? And I was just talking to myself, okay, Laura, you can do this. I saw that, okay, I still have a voice, I can talk. No, let's ask for help. And whenever I was trying to ask for help, I was like, again, no words were coming out from my mouth. It was like I had a blockage. I could not ask for help. I was too scared to ask for help. At one point, finally, after like an hour passes by, I somehow managed to get up in my own feet and just walk straight forward, like next to the shaman. And I just sit there like he's doing his thing. Then suddenly he stops and asks me like, everything's okay? Do you need anything? And I just told him, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. I don't feel safe. I don't know what's happening. I can't control anything. And he just stopped me and was like, Laura, you're in your mind. You need to go to your heart. And I was like, that's what you're gonna tell me? I mean, I have this really bad trip. This is the only thing you're gonna tell me? What does that mean, to go to your heart? I don't know where my heart is. What does that even mean? So I understood nothing. So he then started like singing something specially for me to help me with my visions. But that actually didn't help me at all. I was still like in that loop of like my Aya was trying to take me, and my mind was like trying to wake me up. So the ceremony ends, like I see the shaman like ending the ceremony. He tells us he's gonna leave, and he leaves, and still my visions are crazy. Usually when he leaves, everything calms down. Now, no. I was deep in with Aya, and it was hard. So I continued to ask for help from the shaman's helper, and they just came next to me, and I was like, they asked me again, like, what's wrong, Laura? What happens? And again, really fast, these people tell me, you're in your mind, go to your heart. And I was like, again, what does that mean? I don't know where my heart is. Make it stop. This is awful. I want it to stop. And I remember them just like starting laughing a bit. Like they were taking care of me in that state, of course, but they were laughing like, Laura, you can make this stop. This is your own ceremony. Let Aya take you where it needs to take you. So I remember starting crying, and I did not want to close my eyes anymore, because I didn't want to experience this loop of waking up, Laura, this is fake, anymore. So I was keeping my eyes open, but the effects of Aya were so strong in that ceremony. Even with my eyes open, I would just see things already like here in my reality, and that would somehow make me close my eyes. I had no control over it, and Aya would just take me. So I was like, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. I was telling the helpers, I want to go to sleep, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore. But you can't stop it. I mean, you're in full effects of Aya in this moment. It's a hard ceremony, a strong one. You can't stop it. So these beautiful people, the helpers of the shaman, just stand there with me for I don't know how many hours, but to calm me down, try to connect me with my heart. And at some point, I just could go back to one of the mats, and things somehow cleared out. I don't know how that happened though. Oh, and I also remember that specific night, exactly in this third awful ceremony, it was pouring rain outside. It was storm outside, thunders, like we are in a maloca. The roof of the maloca is not like really solid. I don't know, it's made out of wood sticks, so it was like even pouring rain from the ceiling. And I remember like back before, before asking the help, I was just in my visions having this fight with Aya, and I could feel like rain pouring here, like next to my head. If I would move a bit on this side, it was just on my head. So I was having this bad trip, and also the weather was not helping. The weather was also like strong, like Aya, so it complemented it actually perfectly, but not in that state. For me, it was not perfect at all. So moving forward, things calmed down. I went on another mat that was a bit more dry than mine, and somehow everything clears out. I don't know what happens there. Aya just takes me. I have no memories of what happens, what she works on. But that is my third ceremony. It lasted for 12 or 13 hours. Now I need to tell you what happened the next morning after this ceremony, because this is funny. So I woke up feeling traumatized. I didn't even want to go to breakfast, but I was hungry, so I went anyways. And I was in this like really scared phase. I was like, what happened last night? So I went in the breakfast room, and what do you think I see there? Everybody just laughing, ha ha ha, he, what a strong ceremony. They were talking about insights, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I was looking around for validation of like, yes, this was a hard ceremony, but everyone was just laughing. And this made me like want to cry. I went to the guy that started hitting the ground and I asked him, how was your ceremony? And he was like, this was the best ceremony ever. And he started explaining what happened to him, and it was beautiful from his side. And in that moment, I was just looking at him like, did I imagine everything? I tried to tell me, like, he started hitting the ground, like it got aggressive, and he looked at me like he doesn't know anything. And I felt like starting crying even more. I felt so awful. Finally, the shaman and the other people surrounded this man, and they were like, what did you do last night? How was your ceremony? And he again started explaining what a beautiful ceremony he had. And the shaman started telling him what happened last night and what he did. And this man was also shocked, like this never happened to him before. And also the guy with the oh my God, he said that he was with God in that moment. So these people like actually like really left their bodies, you know, in the ceremony, and had no control over them. Seeing everyone being so chill about this third ceremony that was harsh, awful, bad, something that I never want to experience again, that's what I felt in that moment, made me even more terrified and traumatized. In that day, I was considering not going to the fourth ceremony anymore. I was that scared. But someone told me like, Laura, you shouldn't end your ceremony with a bad ceremony, because this would make you feel like this is Aya, a bad thing. You should come to the fourth ceremony and you'll see it's not going to be this difficult. Also, the shaman said this day something that will stick with me for a while. He said, being in the mind in an ayahuasca ceremony is like choosing to stay awake in a brain surgery. It's lethal because Aya works on the mind. And I was like, haha, well, I did that. Why didn't you tell me this before the third ceremony? Maybe it would have helped me. But yes, I chose to actually go to the fourth ceremony. So the first ceremony of Aya started like, you know, with the shaman giving Aya to everyone, me being in line. And when I was in the line to get my Aya cup, I just started crying. Like, you know, the feeling of I'm scared, I shouldn't do this anymore, started coming back again. So my turn to go in front of the shaman comes, and you know, I was crying, and the shaman, he didn't look at me. He didn't look at me yet. So he was taking my cup, he was taking the eye, and he turned around like this, and then he looked at me. He saw me crying. He was like, what happened to you? And I was like, I don't know. I think because he saw me cry, he this time decided to give me like a really small amount of Aya. So I take my Aya and went on the mat, and the shaman started singing and doing his Icaros. This was the closing ceremony, so everyone knew like this was like the landing and like the taking everything we've learned from the previous ceremonies and just like making a conclusion. So my fourth ceremony was actually pretty nice, like the entire ceremony, even when the shaman was there. So here I worked a lot to put in practice what I've learned from the third ceremony, and that is on the mind-heart transition, like when my mind wants to come in and protect me because the mind is scared It has never been into the universe before, when the mind comes in to make the switch and go to my heart. And there were these words that I would keep on saying, like, mind, calm down, it's okay, just watch, heart open, heart feel open, love surround me, love, 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 and again love. So it was like this practice, like an easy practice, because this was an easy ceremony to go from the mind to the heart. And also trusting. I worked a lot on trust, because the third ceremony for me, it came with a lot of, like, I don't believe in Aya anymore. What is this? Is this God's work? Is this not God's work? It came with a lot of conflicts. And in this fourth ceremony, it was, I don't know, an easy field to work on my trust. What I also remember from this ceremony, like the craziest experience I had with Aya, was that I was somewhere in a vision. I was far away. I was not into my body at all. And in those visions, suddenly I could hear someone say, Laura, Laura, where is Laura? I need to find Laura. Where is Laura, Laura? So someone was calling my name. I was somewhere in another, I don't know, universe, but I could hear someone calling my name from somewhere else than where I am. So someone was saying, Laura, 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 and then I open my eyes and the voice goes, Laura, Laura, Laura. So what happened here is that this person was already next to me and screaming my name, Laura, Laura, wake up, Laura. But when I was far in the universe, I could hear someone call my name from somewhere, like close to the body, but I was not in the body, so I would hear it far away. But when I opened my eyes, when I landed back into the body, I started hearing normally. So this was the craziest experience, like the pure evidence that I'm actually leaving my body in these Aya experiences and Aya ceremonies. So this is my full Aya experience. This was the second part of it. The ceremonies themselves were quite a journey, but I also need to tell you that Aya does not work on you only in the ceremony. It also works on you in your day-to-day life. So I had this experience in Peru, but then when I came back home, it's like I took something with me too, like knowledge, and I just started applying, like, you know, all the insights Aya gave me. She, beside her working herself on my body, she also like gave me information on what I could do and what I should do in order for me to achieve some things, some health, like career-oriented goals. And I actually started doing them, and I'll see where these things lead me to, but it was an eye-opening experience, and I feel like I'm a different person, like a more awakened person. Before Aya, I always considered myself an awakened person, but now after Aya, I know it. I know I'm awakened. And I learned so much from Aya, and I know I still have a lot to learn, a lot that I did not discover yet, but I'm excited to actually find things out. And I know I want, like this year, 2024, I want to do at least 6 Aya experiences, so I'm gonna do those. I'm gonna keep you posted. An interesting thing is also that, you know, I'm living my day-to-day life, and suddenly I remember something from the ceremony randomly, and somehow it applies to my life in that moment. So because I had this experience, now I see things in my life differently and I act differently. I feel like everything changed for me since these experiences. They changed me. They opened me up more. This is the feeling, like I'm more open, I am more free. And it's a beautiful feeling. So thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope something from here inspired you in your own spiritual journey. Don't forget to give a like, share, subscribe, a comment down below if you have any questions. I'm glad to talk with you. I see all your comments, your encouragement comments. They make me feel the love and feel supported in this journey, and I am so grateful for you being here and watch these videos. I love you so much. And until next time, take care of yourself, your energy, and see you soon.